Nug and Cymek review DC Comics, where, once again, Nug and I review some, not all, the ones we keep picking up of the DC Universe. I'm Andrew Cymek.
And I'm Nug, and we are happy to be back. It's a now monthly thing, so it's the end of March.
Yeah, we're going to try to do this monthly. Let's see how that goes.
I hope when we get up to Sudbury that Sudbury has comics. Hey, if you're up in Sudbury and you watch this, tell us where to go get comics in Sudbury, and we'll keep doing this every month up there.
Maybe from set.
Oh, it'd be fun. I hope I have all the crazy stuff on my face. I have crazy stuff on my face. You'll see. All right, let's get started. We're going to go alphabetical because we got a big list of the last month. So let's start with Action Comics. Yes, did you read it?
I did read Action Comics.
I did too.
And?
I liked it.
And I'm still a little on the fence with the whole Superman thing.
Understood.
I didn't think it was a bad issue. I thought it was one of the better ones, but disappointed with the whole costume reveal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just a white costume that kind of reads his DNA, or
yeah.
I'm guessing, we're not sure. But I don't know if that's what I'm most disappointed in. I think it's the fact that I love Grant Morrison's concepts.
Yes.
But I also like it when he goes the emotional route like he did in All-Star Superman. Like All-Star Superman, I read that book and I felt something.
Yeah.
Like there was that moment where it's revealed that, he still did the crazy time travel, but he revealed that future Superman came back to witness, to spend time with his father. Like it had an emotional resonance. Yeah. And I found that although the concepts in Action Comics continue to be out there and really great, I'm still waiting for that emotional...
Yeah, and I love Grant Morrison's concepts. I'm enjoying Action Comics, but I'm still I feel like I'm waiting for something to really kick in.
Yeah, like when Superman is given that ultimatum, where you got to pick one versus the other, and I'm kind of like, well, I don't know this Superman yet.
No, so what's he going to pick?
And would he really pick all these people that are afraid of him and
stuff? It's not this Superman.
Not this Superman. I mean,
but like I said, I'm waiting for something to kick in because I love Morrison's stuff. I'm just waiting for that last push.
Make me feel something.
Yes. All right, All-Star Western just came out today.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Great. Nighthawk, Cinnamon, All-Star Western continues to be a great book.
Yeah.
Every time we did the reviews, it's always been on the top.
And so it should be.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm still picking it up. Love Amadeus Arkham toying with putting a mask on to go out, and then he said, I don't think Gotham needs a masked crime fighter. Like, I love all the sly little references to the future.
And next month, I think they start the
Court of Owls.
Court of Owls. So that should be interesting as well.
Can't wait.
Great writing. Palmiotti, Gray.
Love him.
Great book.
Awesome. Animal Man. Always loved Animal Man, and I'm loving where it's going.
And I love Animal Man as well. I thought that the last two issues, they had the break issue.
Yeah, like
where they had the movie,
yeah.
which I enjoyed, and I was like, okay, there's a little bit of a break. I felt like this issue, although still very good, I thought that it still felt like we were on break.
Well, I did, but with everything that's been happening with Buddy and his daughter, you gotta give Buddy some time with his son. And Buddy shows that he's an awesome dad to both his kids.
It's a great parental moment.
It's really cool.
It's if your dad was a superhero, you'd want to kind of
impress some chicks with the fact that my dad's a superhero.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
It always worked for me.
All right, Aquaman today.
I thought that the last two issues of Aquaman have been probably the best of the series.
Yeah, like the Aquaman issue in the desert and the Mera issue going to get dog food.
Yeah, and now this one. This is great.
I'm loving these others. I can't wait. It's like the old team, someone's picking them off. It's almost like something that's happening in Batwing, but I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
Because this is better.
But the art in this book is, when I was reading The Trench, the first storyline of The Trench, I thought, I thought it was a little simplistic. I did. And it was, I wanted more out of that. And now I'm getting the classic Jeff Johns deep into the storyline and the tease of going into Atlantis and stuff like that.
Well,
this is what
they're going to have to go back into the trench. They're going to have to go back in.
Yeah.
You don't just go, let's put a Band-Aid on that and keep it shut and not go back and open it up again.
And hopefully deal with the repercussions of Aquaman's actions, which there's a little bit of a line there where he's... you can tell that something's bothered him about what he's done.
And I like that what it looks like to me in this Aquaman is that his trident is part of a whole bunch of, somebody's armor.
Yeah.
And that thing, when they get together, because clearly his trident picks up when the other person someone else is wearing something.
Yeah.
And they all piece it together, and it must, like a Voltron, like an underwater Voltron, which is so cool.
Yeah.
Which I'm really looking forward to.
So Aquaman continues to be a great book.
Yes. Batgirl.
I continue to pick up Batgirl.
I did not pick up Batgirl.
Because I'm a Bat fan and I pretty much buy everything that has a Bat on it.
This is true.
Again, I thought that Batgirl is still hit and miss. In the latest issue, we don't really get much of Barbara and her mother, which is maybe the more interesting part of the storyline. I'm curious to where it goes, but I'm still not. I'm hoping that with the Court of Owls tie-in, that it kind of finds its bearings, because it's still. I mean, you dropped the book, so it wasn't strong. For me, I'm still gonna buy it because I'm a sucker for Bat titles, but I still don't think it's a strong book.
Right. Moving on, Batman. Loving it. I can't believe that I'm loving a Batman book.
Well, Scott Snyder's Batman is amazing, and this last issue makes a nod, I was saying, to Public Enemies, the Superman Batman with his butler guarding the cave with a shotgun.
I like the pinpoint accuracy of Batman's backhand.
I call up Nug after I read it, and I was just like, okay, so let's go over. I mean, I love it. Don't get us wrong. The book is so great, but you kind of have to think that, okay, so what are the chances that a no-look backhand fist hit to Dick Grayson's face is going to actually knock out that specific tube?
But your answer to your own question was, it's Batman.
Yeah.
And that's how he does it.
He does it.
So good.
It's so great.
I cannot wait for, I don't know what Bat titles I'll pick up as part of Court of Owls, but I'm going to pick up a couple for sure.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin. Book. Deal with that, Batman.
Love this book. Batman and Batman and Robin for me are the top two Batman-centric books. Great tease at the end. I mean, it's not a tease. It's kind of like this is what everything has been leading to.
I did kind of like the ultimate hand in the cookie jar shot at the end.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you caught me. Like, his hand was in that guy's head. Crazy.
So good. Love that book.
Sorry, everybody, fingers. Batman the Dark Knight.
I did pick it up. Don't.
Okay.
Let's just keep moving.
Moving on. Batwing, did you get it?
I didn't get it.
Me neither.
That was one of the books that I actually was planning on picking up, but when you start looking at books with a budget in mind, some books aren't going to make it.
Some books gotta go.
And didn't make it.
Batwoman, I did.
I picked that up as well.
And it's great.
Continue to enjoy the run. I'm really curious. I like the pieces about the agency and how she's getting the new equipment and that kind of thing.
And I love Director Bones.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see more of that, though, to be honest.
For sure.
But Batwoman, great.
So great. Birds of Prey, did you get it?
I did not.
I did. Here's the thing. It's got an end to the Choke story, sort of. But the reveal of who Choke is really dumb. And the team looks like it's fracturing, even though it hasn't even been together yet.
Right.
And there's like a reveal at the end that it might not even have been him who's in charge, and this leads into the whole Court of Owls thing. Which I'm like, good, move on to Court of Owls, that's at least interesting.
Was there more Starling, though?
Yeah, but she got taken over with a little rhyme and tried to shoot somebody, Poison Ivy, I think, and then didn't remember doing it because that's part of that weird thing. So whatever. Anyway, it was very, very awkward and
more Starling, please, maybe I'll pick it up.
Just a Starling book. Make it just a Starling book. Moving on, Blackhawks this week. Did you get it?
I did not.
Me neither. And it's being canceled.
You know what? And that's we're going to talk about OMAC later, but I'll pretty much say this. When a book is canceled, I feel like some of the steam is taken out of the book.
Well, you can't really ramp up to the last issue. Because there's no point. Get me interested in something that's going to end. Blue Beetle. Did you get Blue Beetle?
I did not.
I did. It's like a weird kind of stopover because I thought at the end of the last issue, which was the end of the arc, he was going to take off and go to space.
Right.
But he ended up in New York. And it was kind of weird. But you get to see a little more of him and the Scarab in action together, dealing with things. It's okay, but he catches the news footage of himself slapping his friend at the end of the last book, and he's like, oh no, everybody thinks I'm a bad guy.
But is the book getting better from when the last time, or is it kind of stalling?
It was real good there at the end of that arc.
Yeah.
Like, it got great. And now this is kind of like that I don't know where to go thing, and then maybe he'll decide to just get off Earth altogether and let's go to space. Deal with the Reach, but I hope.
Right.
Captain Atom.
I didn't pick it up.
I did. Great book. Lots of that, what do I do now, who am I kind of stuff, the Captain Atom, like am I a menace or am I a hero?
Yeah.
And then at the end he gets visited by future him, who looks even more like
Dr.
Manhattan,
Right.
which is interesting.
Can't wait for Before Watchmen, guys.
Oh, I know. I'm so stoked. Catwoman.
I picked it up.
I did too. That Greek guy I didn't care for.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
I thought I liked the book. I still like the energy of the book, but there was something
about that dude. I don't care if he's on for one page and she stole his car. I didn't care for that.
Yeah, I didn't care for that. And actually, to be totally honest, I didn't care for the intro of her new partner. I actually didn't. I didn't like the character.
I thought for sure it was going to be another Black Lightning guy.
Yeah.
And it sort of is, but not really.
It just seems there's so many people with the same superpowers that, okay, I've seen that.
I wonder if they all come from the same place. There's a story for you, DC.
And I kind of like my Catwoman, like a lot of people don't like their Batman titles actually dealing with, like, crazy superpowers and kind of grounded.
And putting crazy superpowers in Catwoman is kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, so let's bring it back to the dingy grime of
Get it
Gotham.
together. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We run comics. DC Universe presents a title that I am excited about because it rotates around a bunch of different characters.
Yeah.
Now, the first Challenger story didn't do it for me, and I know it's only going to go this last or maybe 2 more issues.
Yeah.
So I didn't bother picking it up because I'm really excited with the Vandal Savage thing coming.
Yeah, and same thing with me. I didn't like the Challenges of the Unknown storyline, the first issue, so I was like, I'm not going to pick it up.
Which sucks, because they're great characters,
but
and I don't like the new version of them.
But the Vandal Savage storylines around the corner,
wait.
so
Cannot wait.
we'll be picking that up.
Deathstroke, pass?
Pass.
Pass, you're not wrong. Demon Knights.
We read that.
Really like it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love everything about it. Love Vandal Savage.
Yeah.
Love all the characters in that book.
And yeah, I mean, what's great about this book is it's being mentioned quite a bit in other books as well, so that kind of adds to the mystery of this book.
Well, as said this week in another book we'll get to later, the Daemon Knights have been around for centuries.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be some tussles in Demon Knights with these aliens or versions of the aliens.
But once again, in this issue of Demon Knights, Vandal Savage, bang on.
Great character. Detective Comics.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't read it.
No.
I read it because, for God's sakes, it's Detective Comics. This is like the flagship comic for DC Comics, so I have to pick it up. But it wasn't good. It really, I feel like it lost all momentum in the previous issue. This issue really doesn't pick up, but I'm going to continue to pick up DC Detective Comics because I'm a sucker.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, you're a bad sucker. Bad sucker. Okay, moving on. Flash, did you read it?
I did not read Flash.
I did, and I have it here. You're welcome to borrow it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You know, at the end of where the countdown was on to Flash turning into a human wormhole?
Yeah.
Because he uses powers too much? He stops just shy.
Okay.
But doesn't save Iris.
Oh.
And then goes, oh, I gotta go back to the lab and siphon off all my energy.
Yeah.
And then goes, wait, if I do this right, I can go back in time and save Iris. So he does it.
I will have to read this book.
But then there's complications within the Speed Force.
So was it a great...
Pretty good book, really good. There's a real nice Captain Cold moment with his sister.
Okay.
Who's like, why bother saving me when you did what you did? Get out of here. And you go, Captain Cold's going to jail going, oh, I did this for nothing. So, but there's a really cool moment in the Detective Singh, who's at the precinct, and they're at his apartment, him and the new girlfriend, Barry's new girlfriend.
I want to say Jay something.
Patty Spaulding or something. So she's there, and they think Barry's dead.
Yeah.
He disappeared in the same thing, the event that Iris did. And so they're at his place, and he's got four flutes lined up.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, those are interesting flutes. He goes, yeah, they're not mine. And it's clearly a shout-out to Pied Piper, but it's pretty cool, and I don't know whose they are.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens there. But a great book and great art again. Frankenstein, Agent of Shame.
I didn't pick it up, but I forgot to pick it up.
Buddy, I got it given to me at the Toronto Comic Con by Jeff Lemire a week early.
Well, that's my excuse. I wasn't there.
It was so great, and the best part of it, if you're not reading Frankenstein, the last 2 issues have been about like their little weird plastic servants taking over, getting a mind and taking over, thanks to Brother Eye from OMAC.
Yeah.
Best part about issue 2, who kicks ass in that book? Frankenstein? All the rest of the monsters? No. Ray Palmer kicks ass in that book, and you will love Ray Palmer kicking ass in that book. It's so good. Firestorm. No, and I love that character, but I am dropping that thing like a hot potato.
Looking at the previews, like I keep checking all of DC previews
Me too.
to see where they're going, and with all the firestorms in every country, like it's a sanctioned nuclear.
How would you feel? Superman's one of your favorite characters.
Yeah.
How would you feel if every country had their own Superman?
I'd feel pretty bad about it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Firestorm.
And also, I'd feel especially bad about it if I didn't know who my Firestorm / Superman is.
Yep, and that's exactly how I feel about Firestorm. Green Arrow.
I didn't pick it up.
I didn't either, and I heard there was like a Green Arrow bangs like 3 chicks in it, and I don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, I read the preview pages because I wasn't a fan of the relaunch of the Green Arrow, and the hummingbird kind of getting in the way of his arrow. I just felt it very odd and not, so I didn't give it a chance. Unfortunately, I didn't give it a chance. But
buddy, we got 15 minutes before we're kicked out of this room.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right, Green Lantern.
Great book. Really liked it.
Really loving it.
Back on board with the art, so that was amazing.
Yes.
Sinestro, Hal, Carol with the ring, fantastic.
Everything about it is so good. Green Lantern Corps.
The
aftermath.
I loved this issue.
The aftermath of that big battle with those dudes, and it was like...
Well, it's kind of like, it's funny, it's the aftermath, but it's also the calm before the coming storm.
Yes, of the trial.
Of the trial of Jon Stewart, which I can't wait for. And there's some really great character moments with Jon Stewart where he is actually having some, guilt over it.
And all the other Green Lanterns are like, buddy, do not worry, you did the right thing. I don't know if I'd have had the guts to do it, but you did the right thing, and I'm glad you did. But now he's going to have to deal with the fact that he killed a Green Lantern.
Fantastic book.
It's so great. New Guardians.
Did not pick it up.
Me neither. Grifter? No. Vampire.
Yeah.
I read that today.
Fantastic.
Part 2. And you know what? Justice League Dark is coming up, so let's just do this.
Sure.
Justice League Dark was part 1.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
And then Vampire was part 2 of this Rise of the Vampires, and I loved it.
Yeah, it's a great book. Part of me, I know the crossovers start beginning now.
Well, and plus it looks like Andrew Bennett, when he does come back, he's going to be part of the Justice League Dark team.
So there is a reasoning behind it. I still kind of like, my crossovers limited.
Yep.
But,
two books.
Not bad.
No. And here's the other thing.
And the same month, same week.
Which is real cool.
Yeah.
And Justice League Dark being taken over by Jeff Lemire, and if you read one of the solicitations, you can see Black Orchid comes on board, it looks like Andrew Bennett's on board, and Dr. Mist is coming back, and I can't wait to see how Dr. Mist fits onto that team. Because Dr. Mist, I feel, is on the same level as Madame Xanadu.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody from the magic community goes, lady, you are running this all wrong. You could be on the team, but I'm in charge, which would kick ass, but we'll see what's happening.
Nice.
Justice League. Flat out Justice League.
Wow, I'm not a fan. Okay, Shazam. Shazam was great.
So good, the backup story. And Gary Frank, I could read all of his pictures. I could watch them all day.
Justice League was good. I'm not a fan of the art on the Justice League. But there was one part in particular, and it was Batman completely ripping apart the JLI, where I was just kind of like, what? That actually goes against even the characterization of Batman in the first, the 5 years ago or whatever, Justice League, or however many years ago.
It goes against it, when did that take place? Because he actually tells Booster he's doing a hell of a job in JLI.
So I actually thought that as a characterization moment, that didn't ring true.
Yeah.
Overall, the art really muddied it up. Although I did like the Steve Trevor Diana stuff.
Yeah.
It's still a pickup, but it's not as good as the previous Justice League.
Yeah, but it's nice to see them kicking ass.
Shazam.
And it's nice to see this bad guy. It might be Dan Graves who actually wrote all the books.
No, really? Yeah.
It looks like he's done all these other books. It looks like he's researched everybody.
Yeah.
So who better?
Yeah.
International. I haven't read it yet. You did.
I did. It's really dealing with the aftermath of the explosion and, them kind of picking up the pieces, so to speak. There's a character death in it. Is he going to remain dead? Well, he said he's dead, so we're going to, see about that. What's funny is the one thing that we both really liked about it, I'm just going to say it because you've probably already read it. It was a couple weeks ago that it was released, but Rocket Red bites it. A lot of the stuff that we liked most about JLI
was Rocket Red and August General and Iron.
Right.
Their little...
And, you have General Irons holding Rocket Red's body, and it's like, it's supposed to be emotional, and it is, but it's almost like maybe if this were 3 years down the road, and you gave it the time for the relationship to even...
Like, that combo could have been, in JLI, the new Booster Beetle.
Yeah.
And that picture made me think of it, because I saw you flip it through it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the emotional resonance because we don't have the background.
Too soon.
It's too soon. Legion Lost.
Did not pick it up.
I did. Pretty good story. Really good tell us story.
Yeah.
And a nice reveal. Like, it's been a good story the whole time. Like, the whole book is going along. You're like, oh man, Tellus is so great. And then, you know, Timberwolf goes out and starts kicking ass and getting money for it. And then, like, they can finally go buy stuff, which is kind of funny. But at the end of it, Tellus and this girl are having this psychic conversation, and she's about to pass away in a coma. And then she goes, you have to tell everybody your big secret, Tellus. And then she dies. Oh. So it's like, and I'm like, whoa, he's got a secret? It's because him and Gates are like the only two that can't leave the hotel, right?
Yeah,
so there's a real nice moment where he Tellus puts on, like, they're in an alley, and Tellus goes, oh, hold on, I'll put psychic clothing on us. And it, like, Timberwolves in a Minnesota Timberwolves jersey. It's like, and there's another couple of jokes in there. It's really funny. Nice. And so, but it's good. It's like teens from the future dealing with being here and not knowing how history works. It's like the All-Star Western for Legion, which the other Legion book, not reading.
Right, yeah, I mean, I didn't actually pick up any of the Legion books.
No.
Not a Legion fan.
Lost is good, I should lend that to you.
None of the books kind of...
Men of War, cancelled, so not picking it up. Mr. Terrific, cancelled, not picking it up. Nightwing, we sort of mentioned it in the Batman stuff, but the Nightwing story is really cool, and then you learn all about the circus and how it ties in.
Yeah,
holy shit.
That was actually really great. The Nightwing book, while it was good, I didn't find it was a great book, but the ending, the tie-up, was actually really good, so I would give that a thumbs up.
Kind of gave me a holy shit moment, so that's fine. Just shut, thanks. We had a visitor. OMAC, still a great book.
Yeah, I love OMAC. This last issue, though, I really kind of did feel like some of the steam, the steam was coming out because it was canceled.
Red Hood and the Outsiders.
Outlaws.
Outlaws? Well, it says Outsiders.
Well, you typoed wrong.
Oh, I got it off Wikipedia.
It's Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Okay.
And Red Hood and the Outlaws, for me, it continues to be an excellent
and a fun book.
A lot of fun. I'm a huge Jason Todd fan. Named my cat Jason Todd, so you know where I'm coming at.
Let's be real, he named 3 kittens.
Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Tim Drake. So this book continues to be a great book. I love the banter, and I would, if there was anything, I want to see them take on some more dark missions, though. Yeah, I do want to see them, but it looks like he decided to make a phone call to the chick he got the number from, which I hope is all Court of Owls. I hope she's tied into Court of Owls, because I'm going to finally break down and go on a date with the most dangerous person in my life. Red Lanterns, did not pick it up. If you've been watching the cartoon of Green Lantern and them dealing with the Red Lanterns, it's horrendous. It's a horrendous CG cartoon that kids should not be watching. Because those guys just breathe, like the Red Lanterns are murdering Green Lanterns on a kid's show. It's brutal. And the other colored lanterns are nowhere around. Wow. Which is weird. Resurrection Man. Love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
So good. And this is one of the books. There's about 10 books right now that are kind of on the bubble as far as what's going to get canned next. Yeah. This is one of those books, and it's a mistake. If you guys aren't reading Resurrection Man, pick it up. It's awesome.
Pick it up. It's great.
Real good stuff. Savage Hawkman. Now,
did not read it.
I did because, for 2 reasons. 1, I like Gentleman Ghost, and I want to read the rest of that story. And 2, I want to keep reading it until Rob Liefeld comes on board, and then I'm dropping that thing like a hot rock. But that whole Rob Liefeld thing with it, and Deathstroke and Grifter, he's taking them all on, and I'm like, oh, why are you putting all your eggs in that basket? But this Hawkman, the last couple issues with Gentleman Ghost, that's the Hawkman I want to read. That's the interesting Hawkman. It's a very interesting read. And Static shows up in it, and he's not an idiot. He's great in this book. So it could be the last time I read a good Hawkman book, and I'm glad I read it. I'll lend it to you so you can read it.
I will only say this. I will buy the Hawkman Omnibus by Jeff Johns, and that's where I'll get my Hawkman fix.
That's right. Static Shock. No, did not buy. No. Stormwatch.
I did buy it.
Excellent book.
I did like it. It continues to be a great, great book.
It's so good.
The Gravity Eaters, I believe that
was
this
and Martian Manhunter's like, oh yeah, we fought them before, we're fucked. Like, that's the coolest thing. Is like Martian Manhunter with a level head the whole time just goes, oh shit guys, we can't win. Yeah. That's literally the book.
And that is Stormwatch in a nutshell. Superheroes dealing with crazy.
Suicide Squad?
I did pick it up because of the Harley Joker storyline. You know what?
Immediately regretted it.
I immediately regretted it. I've read some of the comments saying that people like the Joker Harley stuff. I think it's absolutely terrible. I do not like the fact that they. It's almost like putting her in the Joker Lazarus pit to transform her. I thought that was absolutely unneeded, especially when her backstory was already so great. And again, with Batman characters, it's kind of rooted in a semi-reality, and pushing someone into a vat of chemicals, you know, that may have been accidental at the first time, but it's like it's going to have the same results. I don't know. I didn't like it, and I think this is the last time I'll be picking up Suicide Squad.
Now, Superboy, next. Admittedly, a book that I've been hating. But when I found out that one of my favorite Grant Morrison characters, Danny the Street, is showing up in it and Teen Titans and is sort of a member of the team, I got super excited. And I read it, and it wasn't terrible.
I've been a little softer on Superboy. I thought when it first came out, it was kind of like, I don't get it. I thought it's progressively gotten better with each issue. And what I like about Lobdell's writing in Red Hood, Superboy, and Teen Titans is it's funny. He's dealing with teenagers, and he's got a good sense for their voices. And with this last issue of Superboy, I did like it again. So, I hate to say, but of the Superman titles, Superboy's actually making me feel happy about reading it, and at least that's something.
Unlike Supergirl, which I did not pick up.
I did not pick it up
because it's unreadable. Superman, which I read today, Jurgens and Giffen.
I love the team.
I do too.
You like the book.
I did like the book. I liked the book because the thought bubbles of Superman, the little blue boxes, when he's fighting the stuff at the beginning, that whole thing reminded me, it actually put me in two minds. This is a new version of Superman, but the commentary was not just snappy and edgy the way they want it, but it was also, I'm still Superman. There are people here, get that, like, rather than Superman going, what are you doing, get out of here, he's like, this isn't a spectator sport, guys, beat it. Like, he's just quicker on the draw than he ever used to be. He's not the Boy Scout he used to be, but he still gives a shit about the people in Metropolis. And then you see him as Clark, and I love him as Clark, getting forced to write about how awesome Superman is. That made me laugh. And that's the kind of Giffen-Jurgens stuff I like.
I was picking up, reading the book, and I'm feeling this nostalgia, a little nostalgia over the, previous Superman run. And I wouldn't say that I hated this book. I still, not crazy about the lead villain, to be honest. I'm not
this whole villain. I don't care.
And the other thing is I actually liked the first issue of Superman #1, where they have the first ideas and they did a lot right, and then I found that it fell off. So I have hopes for this run because the team I absolutely adore.
I'm excited to read this Superman.
But I'm still waiting for something to just knock my socks off.
Swamp Thing. Hands down, phenomenal.
You know what? I love what Snyder's doing with Batman, but this past month's Swamp Thing, I actually thought was the best issue that has come out.
Because he just showed up. We'll be done in 2 minutes. Because Swamp Thing finally shows up and it's awesome and it's the new, warrior Swamp Thing.
But you know what I loved about it was the fact that Abby Arcane, she's in that chrysalis, and it's almost like this procession, this build-up for, what's actually coming. That issue, Swamp Thing, was, for me, the best issue that has been released so far in the DC 52. And that's my opinion.
The greatest. Teen Titans, kind of a crossover with Superboy. You get to see the flip side of them. You see Wally. They get to say, welcome back. Bart. It's Bart. Welcome back to nowhere. So he was there. And then he finds out that Danny he was talking to in the next cell was actually Danny the Street. Maybe.
So good. And Bunker has a line that you completely geeked out.
I lost my mind. Lobdell, if you're watching this, you quoted Zorro the Gay Blade, and I lost my mind because that's one of my favorite movies. And then I read the next thing where he's like, I was making a joke. Yeah, I know, I was quoting a movie. I love that movie, and you had your gay character quote that movie, and he's Latino. Hilarious.
And for me, the Teen Titans, the entire book is just fun. The banter is bang on. Red Robin being the leader, trying to be that leader and recruit the team together, and they're not having any of it. I just loved so much of this book. This continues to be fun, fast-paced.
All of it's so great. Voodoo, you picked it up and I read it.
I enjoyed it. There's a death in this issue that's kind of like, oh, we actually like that character. We get a little bit more of the clone storyline.
But now it's going, oh shit. I think it's a great book.
The rising action, I'm enjoying Voodoo, so...
Yeah, pick it up. It's another one of those books that's on the bubble. And we're going to close out Wonder Woman. Outstanding. The new versions of these Greek gods have been awesome. Eros is amazing, and Hephaestus with his knee braces and his lava hands.
I'm really liking this new redesigned canon for Wonder Woman.
And I love that all of his helpers in the blacksmith's shop are the male children of the Amazons.
That
blew my mind!
If there was ever a reveal, we were talking about Wonder Woman being made of clay, and maybe she was, then the reveal that she had a father. But this is actually a pretty big reveal as well.
It's huge.
So, and I actually liked it. I thought it was.
We got to get the hell out of here. Thanks Second City for letting us have a room.
Yeah.
Thanks Second City in Toronto. Go see their new show, Live Wrong and Prosper. Just opened last night. Rave reviews in the Star. Alistair, Jason, Nigel, Ashley. Inessa and Carly, way to go. Maddie Reed on music, sorry, I know everybody in that show. Way to go.
And you still got Illusionoid going on.
Still got Illusionoid going on, guys. Check it out. New episode went up yesterday called Costigan's Needle. Andrew, what do you got going on?
I'm going to Paris.
Yeah, and I'm going to Vegas.
I'm going to Paris to start shooting the new television series, Dark Rising Warrior of Worlds.
Yeah.
So we will be back
in a month. And I'm going to Vegas for the FARC convention because I'm the mustard man. Look it up. Don't, please God, don't.
Don't look it up. But no, so we'll be back in a month. Hopefully, maybe we'll be doing these shows from set.
Ooh.
Give you a sneak peek of what we're working on.
Maybe we'll have special guests on set.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe they've already been on the show.
But anyways, guys, thanks so much for making us feel wanted. I mean, that's really what...
I really appreciate it.
Anyone ever really wants over the internet is to feel
wanted. And then, just one person will say, we love you, and the next person, and the next person, the next person will shoot on us.
That's okay.
Bring it on!